Hello everyone, my name is Dotson. I'm a farmer from Iowa Allied and Integrated Farms, OTA. I'm here to talk to you about production of quails.
Quail farming, also known as cotoniculture, is gaining popularity worldwide due to its numerous benefits and relatively low investment requirement. Quails are small, hardy birds that can adapt to various climates, making them suitable for farming in diverse regions. One of the main advantages of quail farming is the rapid reproduction rate. Quails mature quickly, start laying eggs within 6 to 7 weeks, and can lay up to 300 eggs annually. These nutritious eggs are in high demand for their health benefits, being rich in protein and essential vitamins. Quail farming is also space efficient, requiring minimal land compared to other poultry farming ventures. Quails are easy to handle and require less care, making them an ideal choice for beginners. Moreover, the meat is considered a delicacy in many cuisines, further enhancing the market value. Additionally, quail droppings serve as excellent organic fertilizers. With the rising demand for healthy, organic products, quail farming presents a viable and sustainable income source for farmers while contributing to the global food supply.
What motivated me to actually start quail was an advice from my patron. I call him my boss. He said, "Oh, look, Dotson, I have a lot of friends that like these birds. I think we should start it and see how far we can go with it." I said, "Okay, no problem. I would find a supplier and they'll get some deals for us." Quails are very cute birds, very tiny at birth or at hatching point. Let me put it that way. They are tiny birds, but they are beautiful. And I've been doing quail for about 4 years. That after I started poultry, chicken, guinea fowls, and turkeys. So, fortunately, quail is a very profitable bird. Once you can find your market for it, it's a profitable bird because within 8 weeks, your quail becomes big enough to sell. There are two types of quails. There are the imported ones, which those ones are actually bigger than the local ones. But unfortunately, they are scarce to get. They are scarce to procure. So I just focused on the local quail birds. Quails, they have low cost of production because when you bring them into your farm and you start to breed, they barely eat. They eat, yeah, but they barely eat. How do you prepare for it? The same way you prepare for guinea fowls, you have to, have a very cozy and warm pen for them. Quails are flying birds, so that means that your pen has to be protected on all sides. But the top, the bottom, the left, right, and center, everywhere must be guarded. Both against predators, rodents, and also because you don't want your quails to be running around or flying away from the pen. So my real motivation and the reason for continuation is because as long as you have buyers, quail is lucrative. And even at that, you can have quails for 2 years, 3 years on your farm. And someday somebody is going to come and say, "Okay, I want to buy everything." So these are just the reasons for my production of quails. The benefit is quite distinct. First of all, they have the least cost of production in all birds. They eat less feed than all other birds. They require less vaccination or medication than all other birds. They are mature in 8 weeks. They become mature in just 8 weeks, that's 2 months. They also lay eggs, which have a lot of benefits, a lot of health benefits to people, to humans. Number one of the essential consideration for setting up the farming of quail birds is that you need a protected pen, a protected brooding house, a brooding house. It could be a room in your house. You don't even need much. You don't need a whole poultry for quails. You need just one room that is protected and has lights 24/7. If you don't have electricity 24/7, you need a rechargeable lamp, a very quality one that can stand the test of time. You need your burners because at day old, quails mostly require heat. When they come out from the hatchery, they are coming from a hot place, and when you bring them into your farm, you have to maintain that hotness for a while, for at least 3 to 4 weeks before they eventually grow a lot of feathers and meat around to keep them warm. You also need sawdust. You need you need sawdust and azale in order to make sure that they are not rolling in their own feces. So you also need your feeders, you need your drinkers. Because they are small birds, you might not necessarily need a hanging drinker. You might use the sitting one. It's also advisable to use an aluminium feeder, an aluminium feeder, sitting feeder. Quails are not wasteful birds because they hardly eat. They eat little to nothing, but they manage your feed for you. The diet and nutrition required for quail production are just basically your vitamins, so they can eat. Quails tend to eat very little feed, but you have to try to make them eat. As long as you have your water with multivitamins or vitamin C, basically, it enhances their metabolism and helps them to eat better. So when it comes to the feed factories have made things easier by producing finished feed rations. So it's okay to buy broiler starter, and at week 4 you can change that broiler starter to a grower mash of the feed factories. I will advise that you approach your veterinary doctor for the best feed brands to patronize. Fortunately, quails are not very susceptible to diseases and pests. These are birds that they have a very strong immune system, and this means, because they have a very strong immune system, this means that you have little or no need for medication or vaccination. You have little or no need for emergency situations that require, quails don't need all that health emergency attention. So once your quails are 4 weeks, you can give them food and water, travel. You can go for 2 days and be back, and your feed, they are not even half done with the feed. That is how beautiful the production of quail can be. It's a bird for travelers. It's a bird for people that don't. It's a training bird. If you can train birds, if you can train quails from day old to at least 2 weeks or to 4 weeks, it helps you understand the basic production of guinea fowls and turkeys. So quails are really birds for amateur starters because they don't require so much attention or so much medication or nutrition as such. They can feed on soya bean, they can feed on grinded maize, as long as you have a mixture of both. You can also mix soya powder. You can, if you want them to be big, if you want your quails to be big, you can get Indomie or noodles. Let me say noodles. Not necessarily Indomie, so you don't go and be buying packets of Indomie for birds. So, but you get, they sell noodles in packs. You can grind it further. When you buy them, you grind them further, you mix them with your ration, with your mash, and then you serve it to your quails. It increases their weight and their meat.